All right, everyone, we are effectively now 3 weeks out from the presidential election. Right now, everything is lining up in favor of Trump. You got a couple of competing town halls over the next few days. Trump is going on Fox. Kamala accepted CNN, of course, because she's going to get softballed there. And be like, Mrs. Harris, what is your favorite ice cream flavor? Mrs. Harris, your dress looks so great. Where did you get it? It'll be bullshit like that. It'll be vacuous nonsense. We do have new polling, though, so we'll get into that. I wanted to talk about that. We have Arizona, Trump v. Harris. These are all New York Times Siena from the other day. Trump +5 in the state of Arizona, but Harris +3 in the state of Pennsylvania. These are a bit of outlier polling. I do not trust either of those numbers. I think it'll be closer in both states. I have a feeling that Trump will win Pennsylvania, but it'll be fairly close. I think that he'll win Arizona, but he's not going to win it by 5 points, not in my opinion. We've seen a lot of outlier polling over the last few election cycles, especially oversampling of Democrats. You can give Trump a few extra points in most of these states fairly safely, and it would conform to the recent political reality. Arizona Senate. Lake v. Gallego. Gallego ahead by 7 points. I do not believe that Carrie Lake is going to win that Senate seat. I have a feeling that she is not going to make it. It'll be close-ish. But the thing is, Trump being ahead in Arizona isn't really trickling down to a lot of the Senate and House Republicans. Part of this is because some of them are hyper-separate from him by their own accord. And with Carrie Lake, she's charismatic. She's brilliant. She's highly intelligent. But she's got that legacy, the legacy media and the political powers that be have tarred and feathered her, basically. We have from Friday, this is October 11th, of course, we have some more polling. Pennsylvania, Trump v. Harris, Trump +1. That's probably about what I would expect. I think he'll carry the state by a point or two. Michigan, Harris ahead by 2. That doesn't surprise me. This is completely unsurprising. I believe she will probably win the state of Michigan. She's managed to waffle and walk that line with regards to some of the younger, like the pro-Palestine voters. I think that she has an advantage there. Wisconsin, though, Wall Street Journal, we've got a tie. This is not what Kamala's people want to see. They want to see her ahead by 4 or 5 in a state like Wisconsin. Wisconsin shouldn't even technically be in play, but you've got roughly a tie. In fact, I believe Trump is slightly ahead in the general polling if you aggregate it. That's not good news she can't win without Wisconsin, probably. Without Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, I don't think you have enough states to actually make up for lost time. Nevada's in play, supposedly Georgia, although I don't particularly believe that. Nevada, Trump v. Harris, Trump +6. North Carolina, you see a tie. Georgia, Harris +2. That is a little bit of an outlier. I favor Trump to win the state of Georgia. California Senate, Garvey versus Schiff. Schiff is ahead by 17 points, and President Biden is deep underwater with regards to his job approval. The other day, you had a whole slurry. We had the Hill Emerson, American Greatness, Marist, and the Washington Post all weighing in. Virtually all of those races were in favor of Trump by a point or two in most cases. Although he was +7 in Texas, that state is pretty much off the table. He looks to be doing best in Arizona, which is hilarious because, you do have some shit going on in Maricopa still, so we'll see what happens. If the election were held today, I would give a 90% chance of Trump winning. I realize that there will be shenanigans, ballot printers will go burr, there will be problems on election night, and then the mail-in ballots will come in, and they'll paint a totally different story. The difference is, in 2020, even without the ballot printers going burr, you have a Trump who has been embattled, you've got recent memory of, lockdownerism and stuff like that. The economy was not necessarily the best that it could be, as opposed to the first 3 years of his term. He did very well on that, but there's always a recency bias. You don't have that anymore. People have forgotten the Trump presidency. For all intents and purposes, they're looking at his adversary, who is currently the Vice President of the United States. The incumbent advantage, if you can call it that, I think technically works in reverse. I take up a different line. I don't think that incumbency offers any real advantage at all. It's really advantageous if you've been on the job as President of the United States, but you've given people 4 years to forget anything that you did that failed. That's Trump's role. It's not so good to be the current Vice President of the United States with quasi-incumbency, even if the legacy media is obviously tooting your horn on a daily basis, and they are. And that's what's happening with Kamala Harris. I think that she will lose. I think that Donald Trump will be only the second person in U.S. history to ascend to that office in 2 non-consecutive terms. I think that he will win, which is good. Now, don't get complacent. Don't get blackpilled, but don't get complacent. Go sign up somebody to vote. You've still got 3 weeks to do that. Grab a reluctant friend and force them to go to the polls. Say, look, dude, what are you fucking talking about? It's like night and day. Refer them to my videos if you have to. I don't care what you do. Just explain it to them. This is an election in which there is a clear choice. This is not 2004. Oh, Bush v. Kerry. I am so enthused about this. Ooh, Obama v. Romney. They sound so different. No, they didn't. They sounded the fucking same. In this election, we actually have a choice. We have a choice between 2 realities. An id poll reality led by fucking Marxism under Kamala Harris, in which the economy probably fucking collapses and we probably end up in a regional war. So yeah, hundreds of thousands of people dead. You'll be responsible for that if you vote for that ticket. Or Donald Trump. We already know how he's going to govern. We've already seen how he's governed. He did a good job. Was he perfect? Fuck no. Hell, there were dozens of moments in which I had to criticize the bastard. But he did a good job. Much better than anyone other than first-term Ronald Reagan has done in my lifetime. That's the only other shining moment since the goddamn 50s and 60s that we've had sane leadership. He did a good job. Perfect? No. Great president? No. No, I'm not going to call Trump a great president at all. But he was a good president. He is capable of leadership that Kamala Harris can only fucking dream of. She is not capable of leading this country. Not under the current socio-political circumstances. Certainly not. You expect her to do, high-level diplomacy with, like, the Lebanese government or the Afghans? She can't even fucking talk to a normal person. She can't even talk to a Kamala voter. She still fucks up. Donald Trump, meanwhile, he just swaggers around and does his boardroom thing. He is capable. Is he great? No. Is he good? Yes. And that's exactly what we need. We can't get any better than Donald Trump right now in the here and now. He will do a good job as President of the United States. He unequivocally has my support, and I will absolutely be voting for him come this November. So looking at the polling, it's a good indicator of where things are going overall, generally in Trump's direction. And keep in mind, he was never ahead in any of the swing state polling in 2020. He barely ever managed to scrape by with like a 1-point advantage in any of the competitive states in 2016, and he won that election. He won it. He is riding 2 or 3 points ahead, generally speaking, of where he was in 2016. He can't help but win. There's a 90% chance that he is the next President of the United States. Lord help us if the alternative happens. That's about all. Peace out.